from the street, 919fm.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am VANSSA Thomas with the 12 o'clock news on the street, 919 FM, and online, Facebook and YouTube. In the headlines, double murder in Las Cuevas this morning. Husband and wife killed. Government places order for monkeypox vaccines, and internationally, South Korea to aggressively cut public sector spending and sell non-core assets at public enterprises. And now the news in detail. A husband and wife were killed in Las Cuevas this morning. The incident, which is said to stem out of a love affair gone sour, took place at Rinson Road. The deceased have been identified as Hollis Valdez and Shireen Bailey Valdez. They were both asleep at the time when they were killed by the suspect, Franklin Clement. Clement subsequently shot himself dead. It's alleged that the husband and wife, who recently reconciled, was separated for a short period, and during that time the wife shared an open relationship with Clement, who stormed the couple's home and shot them dead before turning the gun on himself. A Barrett area man was killed yesterday by an unknown gunman. According to police, 42-year-old Richard Harewood, a.k.a. Papa, of 6th Avenue, Malik, was liming near his home around 11 a.m. when the assailant approached him and pulled out a firearm. As Harewood, who was known to the police, sought to evade the gunman, he fled into a track leading away from his home. However, he was pursued by the gunman and shot several times. The injured man was taken to hospital by residents, where he was pronounced dead. The Ministry of Health has placed an order with the Pan American Health Organization to secure 2,000 monkeypox vaccines. A statement by the Health Ministry said this is part of the mitigation and preparation efforts in anticipation of the arrival of monkeypox into TNT. At this time, the ministry said there is no confirmed date of the arrival of these vaccines into the country. The main symptoms of monkeypox are fever, rash, and swollen lymph nodes. The virus is transmitted to humans through close contact with an infected person or animal or contaminated material such as bedding. The virus may also be transferred from one person to another by close contact with lesions, body fluids, and respiratory droplets. Over 200 managers at VANSSA will be sent home as the water company begins cutting its operating costs by 25%. This is being done to make VANSSA an agency that will, quote, meet the needs of the population but not be a burden on the treasury, end quote, according to the Public Utilities Minister Marvin Gonzalez. He said VANSSA's 426 management team will be cut by 50%, adding that VANSSA's entire top management was replaced in July 2021. Gonzalez said Cabinet has just approved a transformation plan for VANSSA to attract the best and brightest talent for new management posts to be publicly advertised. Finally, on the international scene, South Korea's new government has said it will cut the number of employees and reduce expenses at the government's organizations as the first step in a planned series of reform measures. South Korea's President Yoon Suk-yeol, who took office in May, has promised to reform the public sector and said earlier this month his government would aggressively cut expenditure and sell non-core assets at public enterprises. The move comes as the president suffers a sustained decline in approval ratings, with the latest weekly opinion poll in Korea showing on Friday his approval fell to 28% from 32% a week earlier. The president said a total of 350 public organizations were employing 449,000 people as of the end of May and carrying a 583 trillion won, the equivalent of 449 billion US in combined liabilities at the end of 2021, up 34% and 17% over the past 5 years, respectively. And that was the 12 o'clock news on the street, 919 FM, and online, Facebook and YouTube. In recapping the headlines, double murder in Las Cuevas this morning, husband and wife killed. Government places order for monkeypox vaccines, and internationally, South Korea to aggressively cut public sector spending and sell non-core assets at public enterprises. Do enjoy your afternoon and continue to be safe. I am VANSSA Thomas.